Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to your Lunch Break Live. My name is Ivana if you're new here, and if you're not, thank you for coming back. Today is Wednesday, December the 15th, and we've got a little bit of a fun video for you today and a little bit of a break from some of the hard news that we talk about on this show. Now, we know it's Christmas time, we know it's the holiday season. But what happens right after the holiday season? That is Mardi Gras. We know that people across the South, especially in Mobile and in South Alabama, are already gearing up for Mardi Gras, especially after there has not been a normal Mardi Gras season since 2019. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what Mobile can expect in the year 2022 with the Mardi Gras season and what's kind of already in the works. So today I am joined by our Mobile reporter, Tandra Smith. She's going to go over a little bit about that and tell us kind of what things are expected to look like. So Tandra, thanks for coming today to give us a little bit of a look past Christmas. I know so much of our time right now is focused on this month, but tell us a little bit about what the plans are for Mardi Gras, for Fat Tuesday, and for January and February.
Definitely. So, like you already mentioned, there really hasn't been a sort of normal Mardi Gras season down here since 2019. Last year, Fat Tuesday downtown was pretty much like a ghost town. It was honestly like nothing, it was like a normal day. And there were certain parts of the city where they tried to do small little gatherings, but it definitely wasn't the big celebration that the city is used to. So this year or in 2022, they're trying to bring back that sort of normalcy. And unless something happens, everything is set to roll as usual. There have been a couple of outlets that reported that the first kind of big parade will be on February 10th. But of course, smaller little celebrations and parades do happen throughout January and February. And also smaller different events happen even before then. Like down here, the Mardi Gras stores are starting to open up because it's just such a big deal. People want to prepare so many months in advance. So that's already starting to happen right now in December. And that's definitely going to continue to ramp up as we get closer to the official start of the season.
Well, and we know too that these floats take a lot of time, a lot of effort. If you have ever worked on a float, even if that was only for a high school or college parade, you know how much work it is. So these people who work on these Mardi Gras floats, they have to plan this months in advance and get working on those floats. So Tandra, I know you said last year that it was kind of a ghost town down there in Mobile on Fat Tuesday, and just the events leading up to Mardi Gras were not exactly the normal that is because of COVID. But we know that last year the vaccines weren't widely available at this time last year, like they will be in 2022. So I'm sure that people are taking that into account when planning the Mardi Gras schedule, when planning for big crowds. So what do you know about parades? And do we expect to have kind of normal parades? Do we expect to have these floats next year?
Yes. So definitely the parades or the floats and all of that are definitely going to be out there. They are honestly trying to have just a normal type of Mardi Gras. Like we haven't heard anything about restrictions or a mask needing to be required so far. Like I mentioned earlier, things can always change. I mean, with the new variant going around, things can kind of be up in the air, but they're really, really trying to go back to how it was before COVID, those type of celebrations in 2019. Some outlets have reported that pretty much all of the mystic societies and then different groups, they're all planning pretty much trying to roll as usual and as normal. And there really isn't any talk of kind of trying to switch up things or like I said, have any like sort of requirements to attend these different things. So it's really, I would say, trying to go back to normal is the big theme of the 2022 Mardi Gras season down here in Mobile.
Well, and you mentioned some Mardi Gras shops that are already opening. I know you mentioned to me that there is one that was a Christmas shop. It's already kind of started transitioning into a Mardi Gras shop.
Yes. So Pops Midtown, I wrote about it's a seasonal shop down here in Mobile, and each season they have a different type of setup. So throughout the fall, it was a pumpkin patch, and you could go pick out your pumpkin and do other fall sort of activities. And within the last couple of weeks, they were selling Christmas trees and other holiday kind of decor and things like that. And on Monday, they've switched to their Mardi Gras store, and they have all sorts of throws and decorations. And like I said, we're only in December right now. We're in the middle of December, and Mardi Gras is 2, 3 months away. But these stores are already opening up and already trying to help people prepare for the season. That's how big they're anticipating it to be this year.
Well, and we know too that these businesses are looking to get back some of that lost revenue that they have not had in the last few years because of the crowds that have not come down for Mardi Gras. Now, we know that Mobile has the oldest Mardi Gras in the country. New Orleans is often considered the Mardi Gras capital, which I know people in Mobile will fight you over that statement. But tell us a little bit about what the plan for New Orleans is and how Mobile can kind of go along with New Orleans's plans.
Definitely. So New Orleans, I believe back in October, they announced that they are coming back bigger and better than ever down there. And also in Mobile, a lot of the hotels and kind of convention centers that are used for these type of festivities have already been sold out. I believe they're also expecting record-breaking crowds both in New Orleans and Mobile. And I know when New Orleans announced that they were trying to go back and have like their big, celebration that they're known for, they got a lot of pushback from that. But that was back in October, and some of these variants weren't out yet, or they weren't as widely known. And the vaccine push out was kind of a little bit slower, not really as aggressive as it's been in the last couple of months. But I think Mobile tends to be a little more family friendly than New Orleans, but they're both kind of at the same type of kind of like the same type of platform. Like they're both trying to go back. They're trying to make everything and the festivities go back to normal. A lot of people do go back and forth from New Orleans to Mobile during that season because it's from down here. It's about 2.5 hours, and I know a lot of people have family in both cities, so they'll go to both festivities. It really just depends on kind of what kind of celebrations you want to have. Like if you want to have that kind of party atmosphere, or if you wanted to be a little more subdued, more family friendly, you kind of pick between whichever city you want to go to.
Well, and somebody comments here, and this is a good point. They said, look, they're putting thousands and tens of thousands of people in football stadiums. So why not parades? And, I think that's a good point. Most of these festivities, these parades are happening outside in the spring in January, February. So I guess winter is a better term than spring here. But let's take the balls out of this equation. Just talk about the parades and those outdoor events. If these stadiums and these football games are still happening as normal and are filling up stadiums, then the argument I'm sure that the city will put on is, look, if we're doing this outside and having these parades, how is that any different?
Right. So the Lending Tree Bowl is down here this weekend. And on Friday, they're supposed to be having a Mardi Gras style parade. And they're supposed to have about 20 floats. And that's December. So they're already slowly starting to see, and I believe kind of test out, like, how are the crowds going to be? Like, will we see a surge in any cases or hospitalizations now in December? And then that will, I'm sure, help them make more decisions for January and then ultimately February.
We know that there's a lot that can change between now and January, February. That's unfortunately, I think, a lesson all of us have learned in the past 2 years. But I know that Mobile and everybody in South Alabama is already kind of gearing up again for that Mardi Gras season, looking forward to what they expect to be a more normal Mardi Gras season. I know normal is kind of a relative word at this point. But Tandra, again, tell us, just give us a repeat quickly on when that first parade is scheduled for, if there are any restrictions announced or anything that people need to know.
Definitely. So outlets have reported that the first big parade is set to roll February 10th. But of course, there's many other celebrations that will happen before that time, celebrations that will happen, honestly, later this month. Like I said, Mardi Gras is very big down here, very big along the Gulf Coast. Right now, they haven't said any restrictions as far as like needing vaccinations or needing to wear masks at these different type of events. But of course, it will depend on the organizer. Some people could require that, some people could not. The city is really trying to return to that 2019 and, in those past years, kind of that normalcy of the different festivities. It's like down here, there's a lot of COVID fatigue, and Mardi Gras will be kind of the very first big event to see, can they go back to pre 2020?
Well, and Dana makes a good point. He says here, look, Christmas parades are going on right now unrestricted. So, what's the difference other than the crowd size? So we know Mobile looking forward to a back to normal version of Mardi Gras in 2022. Tandra, I know you and our team down in Mobile will keep us updated on that. Thank you for the kind of advance on that. Again, I know we're all in the Christmas season, but sometimes you need something a little bit to look forward to after Christmas to get us through, right?
Definitely. Honestly, Mardi Gras season's year round down here. So, I mean, Walmart already is starting to put in Mardi Gras decorations. Like they're skipping right over New Year's and going straight into Mardi Gras. So that's kind of how big it is down here.
Well, it sounds like you need to go get your decorations ASAP, because if you order them, you need to get them local, because if you order them, they probably won't be here in time. So, yeah. Tandra, thank you so much for all of the information that you gave us. It's so nice to have something a little bit happy to possibly look forward to here. And again, I know that more information will be released coming up soon from Mobile. So, Tandra, thank you. Everybody watching, thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.